It's Sandra. Welcome to another episode of Asexualized, my asexual life. This is a place to be education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button right there below, right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live right now or post a new video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as we're going along if you're enjoying the content. If you don't know who I am Sandra Bellamy, author of a beautiful book, Asexual Perspectives, 47 Asexual Stories. I'm also founder of Asexual.com and founder of Asexualist Academy. Well, welcome to tonight's episode. I've already done an episode today, but I just could not speak to you again because I absolutely love talking to you guys. I'm here on this planet Earth to talk about asexuality, to raise awareness, to really, bring the community together, and to show my love and gratitude for all your support. And I thought I can't miss tonight, even though I've already done an episode earlier in the early hours of this morning. So in terms of a relationship, I absolutely love the more innocent parts of the relationship. I really, 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 really love all the very more younger parts, as I call it, of the relationship. I find it very, very difficult. I'm really young for my birth certificate age, right? I've told you that before. And something that I just don't want is the adult sex part of a relationship, because I just hate that. Personally for me, as a sex repulsed asexual, for me these days, not for other people. I'm happy for whoever wants it and loves it, as long as it's consensual and everyone's having a great time. But for me personally, I've led that sort of life. I've been in the heterosexual world and relationships for like half of my life in the past. I've lived the sort of normal life where you basically you do like a 9-to-5 job, or in my case 10-to-6 job a lot of the time, but you do a daytime job, you come home, you live together, you have food together, you watch TV. And obviously in the heterosexual sense, you have sex, and then, that's pretty much your life. And you go away on holiday together, which is, the holiday bit's nice. I like going away because we used to go away to theme parks and stuff like that. So I used to actually like the theme parks and things like that. So I always used to do quite fun things when I went away on holiday, which was really nice. That was good things that I did that I still like doing today, but on my own, not with someone. I mean, obviously with my friends is fine, but I'm single and happily single. And so, I like doing all those young fun stuff, but when it actually does come to the sexy side, I'm not interested, and I don't even like that type of lifestyle anymore. I don't like the normal lifestyle. I hate it. It's not who I am. I love my life now, right? I live on my own. I've lived on my own for a very long, very, very long time. And I absolutely adore living on my own. I literally can go to sleep whenever I want. So if it's 2:30, 4 in the morning, which a lot of the time it is, I can do that. And I've got, beautiful surroundings. I love being able to just go out and do what I want when I want. I mean, like last night, I went clubbing. I really enjoyed it. And I love all the sort of, the things you used to do, but I still do them. A lot of people used to do as a teenager, right? And then when they get to a certain age, not me, because I believe you can be any age you want to. When you get to a certain age, a lot of people stop doing certain things. Like a lot of people stop going clubbing, right? And, and they start getting into this older pattern, where it is very much what I used to do in the past, going to a day job, come home, cook food. If you're with a heterosexual, usually have sex and then go to sleep, that's pretty much, and then save up for holidays. That's pretty much like a normal life, but I don't like leading that life. I don't want that type of life. And also in the past, I find it really harder looking back between the difference between my asexual life now and the asexuals I speak to and the heterosexual world I was in. With the heterosexual world, I think it's more superficial in general, and I think it's harder to get an emotional attachment with a sexual person. In my personal experience, I think it's harder. I mean, I think initially you might think you get that connection, but I don't think they sustain it and maintain it. I think very much because asexuals don't experience a sexual attraction, we love through an emotional connection. But not only that, we make friendships through an emotional connection. Like aromantic asexuals, those that don't experience romantic attraction or sexual attraction, they predominantly get close to their friends, really, really close, through this emotional connection they have, from this close emotional bond they have with each other. And I feel that in the heterosexual world, in heterosexual relationships, that's kind of missing, because I feel like a lot of heterosexuals, they hold things back. They have a lot of secrets. They're not so open. They're not so honest. This is in my personal experience, you know. And I think, you know, there's like a disconnect there from the emotional bond you can get with an asexual compared to a heterosexual. I don't think it's the same thing. I think you can still get a friendship with a heterosexual. Depends on the relationship, though. I think you can get sort of the friendship, but I wouldn't say it's a deep, emotionally bonded soulmate connection that I usually look for. I mean, obviously there must be sexuals that get that, but I haven't achieved that with a sexual person yet, you know, and I want an asexual person anyway. However, having said that, it's very difficult, I think, with asexuals, because a lot of the asexuals that I come across, I love some of the qualities they have, but it's not very good in terms of dating and relationships. So I like all the young, innocent teenager style things that you do in a relationship. So if you watch the teenager movies, you know, the ones where you know, the guy and the girl get together, they kiss, they cuddle, they hug, you know, and they're like besties ever, soulmate friends. That's the type of relationship I want, but in real life, not fictitious. But what's very difficult for me personally is I like all the public displays of affection. Yeah, when they're kids, they don't care about what people think. They don't go around saying, oh, that person's staring at me, or that person's looking at me, I can't kiss my boyfriend now, I can't kiss my girlfriend now. They're very much, you know, if you see young couples, they're usually with their arms wrapped around each other, holding hands, kissing, cuddling, some of them making out, but do you know what I mean? They're usually doing all the fun, innocent stuff, going on dates together, going on trips together, just clubbing together, having fun. And that's everything that I like, that type of thing, you know. I don't think just because you get older you should go into the other type of thing that to me is very boring, because it's not like I haven't tried that. I tried that for years of my life and it just doesn't interest me anymore. I find my life now as a single person, to be quite honest with you, far more healthy for me, far more interesting. You know, I'm a lot younger now. I feel like really alive now. I feel vibrant and energetic, and I just love it. And I think, though, it's not just me that can relate to the more younger aspects of teenager style relationships, because I've got some asexual friends, you know, including guy friends. And one of them I'm really good friends with, who lives in the USA. He actually likes older women. But obviously he's in the USA and he's interested. He's got a woman he's interested in. But you know, he likes cuddly toys and stuff like that as well. And I know quite a few of asexuals that are into cuddly toys and things like a teenager would have more. Do you know what I mean? We're more interested in the more innocent aspects and the young things. I do think that's good. I think that's why a lot of asexuals do look very young. I mean, on asexual dating sites, I mean, I look younger a lot of the time than I am for my birth certificate age, but I've noticed quite a lot of other women that do look much younger for their birth certificate age. And I think it is because we're more involved in the more younger aspects, because people go through all this plastic surgery and Botox to make themselves look younger, but their mind is still old, so they keep getting old. It's all to do with mind. If you believe you're younger and you act like you're younger, and you really, I mean, honestly, I seriously believe that I'm younger than my birth certificate age. So I have a hard time even remembering a lot of time. I'm like scratching my head thinking, what year was I born again? How old birth certificate age am I in? Because I really find it hard to even remember sometimes. I'm like trying to remember and I'm like, because it doesn't sound like me. I disassociated from it. And age is a state of mind, and the more you think younger, the more you act younger, the more you dress younger, the more you do younger things, the younger you become. It's like reversing your age, but in a natural way, and people just don't understand this. People haven't even realized this yet, and all this plastic surgery they spent out on Botox and all this making themselves look younger through unnatural means, they could do it a lot more easier through just being doing a lot more natural things, just being in the right mindset, just doing the young things and dressing young and taking care of the body and stuff like that, and what they put into it. Now, I mean, I'm not a skinny girl, but I do eat well, and I eat a lot of green vegetables and things, and I also am very, very flexible. Like, you know, with my legs and all sorts. I can still exercise and be very, very flexible. And so, you know, but you have to keep doing this. You can't just like let yourself go. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, I think a lot of people can relate to the more innocent aspects of a teenager style relationship, you know, which is what it is, because it seems you like the world's hell bent on when you get to be an adult. Hi, my life. Lovely to see you. You know, it seems like when people get to a certain age, they're hell bent on having this really older type of relationship, which to me is a very boring, you know. And I've someone say teen love. Yeah, I like teenager style relationship. You know, like I don't know if my life, if you've ever seen the movie A Modern Cinderella Story. It's one of my very, very favourite love films. Now, I don't, even though I'm a huge hyper romantic, I don't usually watch love movies, right? I usually watch superhero movies and action movies, which are quite guy. You've seen it. Oh, right. So that's like one of my very, very favourite types of teenager romance movies ever. I just love it, you know? I love the ending where they're kissing. And he's like, I'm not interested in sport. I'm going to get my girl. And I love that. And I think it's really, really, really nice. So, yeah. So I like, you know, a teenager style relationship. That's why I need a younger guy. It's no good with me going with an older guy. The problem I feel in the asexual dating scene with relationships is a lot of the guys I talk to, they're shy. I mean, the majority of asexuals are introverted, and I understand that, but a lot of them are shy, and it's like they're not going to be kissing and cuddling and holding my hands in public because they're not that type of person. They don't like doing that. They're worried about too much about what other people think of them. And so that's no good to me. So I'm finding that very, very difficult in the asexual dating and relationship scene, because I think a lot of asexuals would agree with me that, you know, that we like a lot more of the innocent, hello cutie, thanks, that we like a lot more of the more innocent side of a relationship, you know, the kissing, the cuddling, the holding hands, the friendship, the going out on dates, the going out for meals, going to the cinema. But I find that within the asexual community, a lot of the guys, you know, I don't have a problem with a guy being shy per se. I don't have a problem with being shy per se. Hang on a minute. I'm just getting rid of someone who's being rude on this channel. I found out my new ace friend's sister is ace as well. Wow! And all three of us ghost hunt. So we're ace ghosts. This is amazing. Thank you so much. Wow. So not only have you found another asexual, you've also found that their sister's ace as well. This is great. It's really weird because I watched a video today. Well, a TV. It's not. Well, it's on YouTube, but this guy's a comedian, but he does like dating advice as well. And this woman had been with a guy who was really romantic, really gentleman, would open doors for her and everything, and would literally open doors for her. Would, you know, be really gentlemanly, but they hadn't had sex for 2 years. And I'm like, well, they're probably asexual. Do you know what I mean? I know like 6 aces, arrows in my school that I'm friends with. It's like, oh my God, oh, that's really, really good. That's really, really good. Congratulations. It's really, really good. There should be, yeah, 6 asexuals. That's brilliant. Yeah, so I think there's a lot more asexuals that people don't realise. My life, I really do. And like I said, this video I watched today, which is this comedian, but he also does like love advice, which is quite funny sometimes. But yeah, this guy was with this woman. This woman's like, I haven't had sex for 2 years, and she said there's everything wonderful about this guy. He's not got kids. He's not married. And so I seriously think he's asexual by the sound of it, because the way he was, he liked everything, all the romance, the kissing, the cuddling, but not the other stuff. Do you know what I mean? So I just thought that's so, you know, like there's probably more asexuals, I think, than is registered. Just when I thought we were rare, I found out we're just on the harder to find list, laugh out loud. Yeah. I really want asexuality to be recognised throughout the globe, because, like, you know, like I struggle to find an asexual partner, right? I can't see me being with any I can't see me finding someone for a very long time, to be honest, because either the guys are too old for me, or they're too, like, they don't like public displays of affection, you know? And I need that in a relationship. And they, you know, they don't like all the kissing, cuddling in public, or they can't do that because they're worried about what people think of them all the time. And I don't, you know, it's like, life's too short. Why am I gonna, you know, teenagers don't worry about, like, what people think of them. If they want to kiss, they just kiss. If they want to cuddle, they just cuddle. If they want to hold hands, they walk around places and hold hands together and laugh and joke and sit on each other's laps and stuff. They don't worry about, oh, what's this person going to think of me? Do you know what I mean? But I think, you know, I have no problem with being with an introverted person or someone who's they don't have to be like me and everything. But yeah, fearless, exactly. But yeah, exactly. Younger people don't have such hang-ups because they don't need to. They just, like, they haven't been conditioned by society to, like, oh, what's that person up to? I don't care if someone talks about me if I'm kissing in public. Give them something to talk about, innit? They got nothing better to do with their life. Do you know what I mean? Like, if two people kiss in public and I don't want to see it, I'll just turn my head away and look away somewhere else. You know, a lot of the time I just think to myself, oh, it's really nice they're doing that. Good, they've got each other. Really nice that. And I might think, well, I don't particularly, you know, I mean, I don't need to get involved in that because that's their relationship, and I'll just divert my eyes somewhere else. But usually through my head, it's like, oh, that's really nice. They've got each other. Really nice. They like kissing each other and don't care what people think. And I think that's really good. And yeah, like, a lot of them are fearless, you know. And I think that, speaking of teen love, I have a new thing to share. Oh, share it. Yeah, I might have to. Oh, I was going to email you as well, because you know the asexual love stories, which is going to be in the next book. I might have to do that next month, because this month I'm absolutely chock a block with my fibro print book. I've got a book I've got to get out and print, which I've paid someone to get the interiors done for me. At the moment, I'm working with them, and my asexual guide to sex book. I mean, I've got 5 people waiting for me to get back and read all their answers. And I've got a course that I've got to do for someone ASAP. So I don't think I'm going to have a chance to focus on the love stories one till next month, because I know that I emailed you about it, didn't I? So you'll probably hear from me next month about that, because I don't think I can focus on that as well. I need to think of the questions a lot, because at the moment with the asexual guide to sex book, I've changed the question. They've got another 19 questions they've had to answer. So yeah, I told my boyfriend I love him, and I've said it boyfriend, but this time he said I love you too, and had that's so lovely. I tell my boyfriend I love him when I've said it boyfriend, but this time he said I love you. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, that's so nice. You said you love him, and he said I love you too. I love it when you have those emojis. I absolutely love emojis, romantic emojis as well. You know, all the hearts, all the love, all the kisses, all the little bears with the hearts, everything like that. I love them. You know, again, that's like the more innocent parts of a relationship, isn't it? Like, all the lovey-dovey stuff. It's really good. I think all relationships should be like that, personally. I mean, I'm not interested in sex. I'm not interested. I really quite scares me, to be honest, these days. It's like, why do I want an older guy? I don't. And then it's like, well, why do I want sex? You know, I don't, you know, I'm not interested. I love kissing though. I kiss for 3 or 4 hours. I'm like a hyper kisser. But and again, I need to get someone who's the same as me on that. So I do find that very difficult to find a compatible match, because, like I said, most of the guys I'm coming across, they're shy. And, you know, I don't mind them being shy, but they're shy and they're shy. You can be shy as in, you know, you're not really outgoing like me, not in the public eye like I am, but you're still, like, don't mind about kissing and cuddling. But they're shy as in, I don't think they want to show public displays of affection. They just worry about what other people think of them all the time. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't, you know, that's going to be no good for me. And a lot of them, they don't know how to pursue someone for a relationship. So they'll say they're interested in someone, and then you don't hear from them for like days or weeks. And when you do talk to them, it's like, this is my experience at the moment, when you do talk to them, it's like one word answers, or I'm asking all the questions. It's like, I don't want to be asking all the questions. Do you know what I mean? Like, the guy's interested in me, he should be finding out about me, what I like, what I dislike, what my dreams are, what my aspirations are. He should be asking me about my books and, you know, taking an interest in me. I look back at all our texts even before we were dating, and I can't help but go, oh, and blush and smile and laugh. And it's like, that's love right there. That's really good, my life. I definitely want your story. But I think it's going to be next month that I contact you, because there's questions I need to send to everyone interested in the book. But I definitely want your story, because yours is going to be an amazing love story in the book, you know. And I'm definitely going to be doing the book 100%. It's only this month. I've got literally so much. Oh, thank you. I've got so much to do this month. I just thought, you know, and I haven't put it, I said I was going to put it in the groups, a question, but I haven't even been in my groups much lately, because literally this week I've been like, I'm literally today, the guy I had a over 5 hour Skype interview with at the weekend, I was again going through his answers today. I sent them off to him. He's got 8 pages of A4, which is equivalent to 16 pages for the book. So, and then the rest of the day I've spent on my fibromyalgia self-help handbook. I've got the interiors done by a guy I've paid to do it, but there's some amendments that I need to go through with him. So I've been going through all what he gave me. There's a lot to do, so I've spent like hours doing that. So yeah, so I don't see me be able to focus on that, but the asexual love stories this month, because I want to give it my all, you know. I want to make sure the questions are right. I can't, at the moment, I can't think about the questions. Yeah, busy. At the moment, I can't think about the questions for the asexual love stories book, because I want the asexual guide to sex book out before Christmas, which means I've got to get it finished by November at the latest. Ideally, like because it takes, to get it from Amazon, a printed copy takes 3 to 4 weeks, unless I pay for express delivery, which is like 1 or 2 weeks. So in order to get it out for Christmas, I need it finished by November. And at the moment, you know what I mean, I've still got like parts of my bit to write. I've got other people's interviews I still have to go through and help them with, and it's just like, and I've got other stuff I have to get done. I've got 2 other business projects that got nothing to do with asexuality that aren't even done yet. They're partway done and they're not finished. I need to finish all of the stuff that I've got ongoing at the moment before the end of the year. So it's like really, really busy. And I'm definitely going to do the asexual love stories one. 100%. It's one that I definitely 100% want to do. My first ex recognized me in one of my classes. Ah, wow. So, but it sounds like you're the guy that you're with now. How long have you been with friends with him? 3 years, isn't it? I think you said. That's really, really good. It's really, really good. And do you have all like, yeah, oh, that's really nice. You see, I don't have any guy friends that's asexual, that's suitable for a relationship with me. So he's asexual, isn't he? I think you said, didn't you? But he'll protect me if need be. That's lovely. Oh, he's not asexual. Oh, sorry, I didn't know that. But he's bisexual. Oh, yeah, you did tell me. Sorry, I forgot. My bad. Yeah. Oh, that's really nice. That's the thing. I think that's the good thing about heterosexuals or sexuals in general. Well, for me, I talk about heterosexual guys because I'm only interested in guys, right? I think one thing that's really good about heterosexual guys is they tend to be a lot more, in general, a lot more outgoing. They tend, you know, if they're pursuing a person, a lot of the time they actually like make an effort. They're phoning, messaging, texting, you know, they're talking to you, they're trying to find out about you. But a lot of the time, obviously, it's because they want sex. And I think it's a shame that more people in the asexual dating scene aren't pursuing people, but pursuing a relationship. To pursue someone means to go after them, but you don't do it a creepy way. You do it in a consistent way. So pursuing someone is like you go after them, you know, you're consistent and persistent, and you talk to them regularly, and you engage in conversation with them, and you ask them, you receive questions and you give answers, but you ask questions. And at the moment, I find a lot of the problem in the asexual dating world is people are just not asking questions. You know, I ask questions and it's like, well, aren't you interested in me? Do you know what I mean? Like, ask me questions if you're interested in me. My boyfriend acts as if he's ace, but it's because he's a gentleman from the country. Oh, that's nice. I think there are a few sexual guys in the world that can be really, really good with asexuals and probably can live without sex, you know. But I think they're very few and far between, you know. And I just think, you know, it's nice if you can. I mean, obviously, I don't know if you do that or not. It's not my business, but you know, I just think it's good if there's a few sexuals in the world that do go without sex if they want to, only if they're happy with that, you know. But I just find it really difficult because I think sexuals, they do tend to pursue that, you know, if they're interested in a girl, they'll pursue her, they'll come after her, they'll be messaging and want to be involved in that person's life. And then in the asexual dating, like, it's like I've got a guy who on ASAP who aesthetically he's quite good looking to me, right? And we connected. ASAP is an asexual dating app, but it was originally set up as a dating app, but it's used for social networking as well. But it's, you know, there's relationship, you can look for relationship, it says what relationship are you looking for, basically. And so me and this guy connected a little while ago. He's from a European country, he doesn't live in this country though, and I want someone in this country, but you know, as he's in a European country, it's more easier for him to get into this country. But he doesn't really originally come from a European country, so don't know how that worked. But he's working in a European country. He's got a scholarship, so I don't know if he could get transfer or get a job within the EU because he's already like within it, if you know what I mean. And so I found him quite aesthetically attractive, but he does look a little bit older than I would usually go for. But he's still in his 20s, and anyway, so I connected with him. Oh, my life. He knows I don't plan on sex ever since I stated that in Ella when going over an asexual book and connecting to why I read it. So the fact he decided to ask me out a while after I did, I think. Oh, he's pretty chill with it. Oh, right. Oh, that's good. Don't plan on having sex ever. Oh, that's really good. Oh, that's really, really good. There's actually a bisexual in this book as well. That's in a relationship with an asexual, and the sex didn't matter to them either. So that's really, really good. You know, really, really good. I can't wait to read your love story. I'm definitely gonna do it. It's just my mind's not on my mind can't focus on the questions at the moment because I've still got my fibro book to finish this month. People are waiting for it in print, you know, including some asexuals because they got fibromyalgia. So I've got to make sure it's out for them, and it spreads word about asexuality because asexuality is in the book anyway. You know, there's a section that introduces asexuality to a whole new audience. So this is really, really important for us as well. So yeah, so what was I saying? This guy on ASAP, right? I connected with him. I found him quite aesthetically attractive, but the problem is that he stopped talking to me. Hang on, my life saying my mum didn't think I'd find someone that wouldn't care about sex. And newsflash to her, I found someone. That is wonderful. It's really, 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 really good. I mean, yeah, my parents don't think I'd be suited to a sexual guy. They think I'd be suited to an asexual guy and that I need an asexual guy. And I do really want an asexual guy. The problem is I'm tending to find that the personality is more of a sexual guy in terms of like pursuing, approaching, asking out, going out on dates. You know, I'm finding that's more like what I need. I'm getting from a sexual, not an asexual, and I think that's really a shame, you know. And I started, like I said, talking to this guy on ASAP, right? And you know, but it's like he stopped talking to me, and then he started talking to me again, and he's like, I said, well, have you found anyone for a relationship on this app, or are you just looking for friendship? He goes, no, I'm looking for a relationship. He goes, but no one's interested in me. I mean, usually when someone says that, it doesn't bode well. He's like, no one's interested in me. I'm terrible at relationships or something. He said, I'm a disaster at relationships. That's what he said. When someone says they're a disaster at relationships, whatever you say, you become. So if you think you're a disaster, you are a disaster because you think that. Do you know what I mean? It's negative thinking. And it's almost like I feel like saying to a person, if you don't think you're good at dating, how are you going to become good at dating? You don't just sit there going, I'm useless at dating. You then learn the skills to date. You then learn how to date. Thank you for the thumbs up. I love thumbs up, by the way. It really helps this channel. Thank you. You need to get the skills to date, right? And I talk about how to date a lot on this channel. I talk about things you need to do. Like, if you're whoever you are, you need to be strong and certain of why you want a relationship. So, for example, first of all, you need to know why you want a relationship in the first place. What's the reason? If it's because you're lonely, that's not a good enough reason. You've got to be coming from a place where you're whole and centered yourself, right? Where you are comfortable with yourself, where you love yourself. If you're in a relationship and all you're doing is going, I hate myself, it's horrible, I hate my life, that is not going to be a good and beautiful relationship, because the person is not going to want to hear your negativity all the time. I'm sorry if you're in a negative mood and that's the situation. I've been there, I've done that, but I had to get myself better. Do you know what I mean? And you have to improve yourself. If you're not good at something, you can either sit there your whole life saying, I'm no good at it, and just internalize it all the time, or you can ask a better question, which is an actual question saying, how am I going to get good at this? How am I going to improve? How am I going to change myself? And you see, that's the thing. People don't realize they have to change themselves. They just think, I'll go along in life as I am. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm stuck, right? There's always a solution to everything. You have to ask yourself, how am I going to become unstuck? How am I going to improve my dating skills? How am I going to get a relationship? But if you don't really want a relationship badly, if you're an asexual that's not fussed where you have a relationship one way or the other, you're highly likely not going to get one, or not for some time. And even if you do get one, are you going to come from a place where that you've improved yourself? Because if you're just going along in life and you've not tried to do any groundwork in having a good, healthy, happy relationship, when you get that relationship, you're not going to be prepared for it. You're not going to know what to do. So it's very, very easy and simple to get into a relationship, but it's very, very hard to maintain and sustain it in a loving, healthy, happy way, so both parties don't take each other for granted, and they still continually appreciate each other, and they still continue to grow together and to talk to each other like separate units, but as one at the same time. I feel asexual teens feel highly pressured to have sex, and they're afraid of going into a relationship for many reasons. Yeah, but I'm talking about asexual to asexuals, really, because what I'm talking about is on the asexual dating scene. So ASAP is an asexual dating app. There's ace-book.net. Yeah, oh yeah, that's what I meant. So maybe I didn't make that clear, which is my fault, I guess. But there's ace-book, ace-book.net, ace-book.net, right? And there's asexuality.com. But the people on these asexual dating sites and apps, they're not bothered really whether they have a relationship one way or the other. And the people that say they're bothered, they're not. They don't know what they're to do. They just, talking to someone and saying you like them and having a few words with them is not enough. If you really like someone, you should be messaging them regularly, like daily, for example, if you're really keen on them, talking to them, finding out what they're doing on a daily basis, finding out what their job is, what their hobbies are, what their interests are. When someone comes home from work and they've had a bad day, if you really, really, really like the person, you'd be like, how did your day go today? If it didn't go well, you go, I'm really sorry to hear that. Bonding, exactly. But no one's doing that, like this guy I said on ASAP, he stopped talking to me, and then he's like, I'm a disaster where dating's concerned. Probably the people think I'm ugly. I mean, that's not very appealing to someone like me if they're saying that about themselves, is it? Because why would I want to be with someone who is even thinking that way about themselves? It doesn't reflect very well as someone who's approaching them to be interested. And I said, well, I was interested in you, but you clearly didn't want to pursue a relationship with me, so I'm just here for you as a friend. That's it. And then they were like, and I said, we haven't even video chatted to see if we'd be compatible or anything like that, And so they said to me, oh, well, I want to video chat with you, but I'm away at the moment, so I'll do it when I get back. And their reasoning was, the internet's slow where I am. They're away for a couple of weeks. If that guy was really interested in me, right? I mean, they're in Greece now. If that guy was really interested in me, right, I'm sure Greece, which is a European country, I'm sure they've got good internet and it's not slow. Do you know what I mean? There's places, all over the world. I even Skype people in India. This weekend, I was Skyping someone in Israel, which, has a lot of conflict and fights. You would have thought if any people's like places internet's got a problem, it'd be the ones that are having countries that have got fighting and stuff going on, where things like that, like are not very good, that are going on, and conflict. You would have thought there'd be a problem with the internet, and occasionally the internet like went off a little bit. But this guy's in Greece, right? He's there for 2 weeks. He said he's got spare days. It's like, if he was really interested in me, which he's clearly not, he would then say, oh, right, I've got some free days. Are you free? Let's make a time then. But he said, we'll do it when I get back. So I've agreed. I said, fine, when you get back, let me know. But the fact that he said he's shy, I'm thinking, well, you're not going to be right for me to be in a relationship with if you're shy as much. And he's nerd. I don't mind if he's a nerd. I think nerd is another way for intelligent. Another word for intelligent. So I'm quite happy to be with a nerdy guy who's into intelligent stuff. But when they're saying they're shy, I don't mind them being shy. But if they're shy to the extent where I can't hold your hand in public, I can't kiss you in public, I can't show you take you to see my parents or my family, I can't do anything with you unless it's hidden in the house. Do you know what I mean? That's no good for me. It's just ridiculous. And also, I'm in the public eye. I do this show. I cannot see me ever stopping doing this show, ever, because I love it. I've just got into the habit now of regularly live streaming, and I'm here for you. And I don't see this ever stopping. And one person said to me, one of my asexual friends said to me, she goes, you're leaving a lasting legacy, not just with your books, but on this channel for generations to come. And I never thought of it like that. I never thought that, oh yeah, these videos will just be here forever. Can't be embarrassed of your mate. Got to be proud to be with them. Yeah, exactly. My life. You totally get it. You are so mature for your age. I have to say that. Do you know what I mean? I would not think of you as the age you are. I always think of you 23. I told you that. True, you are leaving important messages behind. Yeah. So I know that some of these live streams are really, really long, and some people are like, well, they're really long and they don't watch them. But if they actually listened to some of them and paid attention and went through them like proper training, like the stuff I'm teaching on here, people usually charge for some of this stuff that I tell you on here. There's dating coaches, and I watch a lot of dating coaches, and I tell you a lot of the stuff that they are, their clients are paying them blimmin' hundreds of pounds for, and a lot of this stuff that I go into about psychology and stuff, people pay for this, like proper training. In fact, you've got an hour's free session with me where I'll answer anything you want to about asexuality and talk about whatever you want. It's really good, but people don't really appreciate that. They're like, oh, well, I've only got 10 minutes, but they'll sit there watching an hour-long soap opera. Do you know what I mean? They'll sit there for an hour watching a soap opera, which isn't even real life. It's made up, fictitious. Or they'll sit there watching their favorite TV shows for an hour at a time, right? Whereas they could actually discuss whatever they wanted with me. They could come to me live on here and say, I've got this problem. How do I fix it? Can you help me at all? I'm not saying I can fix everything or help everything, but it's free. Do you know what I mean? And so people don't understand the benefits. It's like when I did that, if you're a younger guy, how to be a younger guy to be in a relationship with an older woman. That was a long live stream. And I think people probably didn't like the fact I said, well, if you haven't got if you can't, exactly, they'll watch it if they actually care about it. Exactly. And when I did that video about a younger guy being with an older woman and how it can happen and what the life would really be like, I don't think some people like that. Because I said, if you haven't got the stamina to watch this live stream, I think it was nearly 2 hours long, and I'm like, you haven't got a stamina to be with a woman, because in a relationship you're gonna have to pay attention. I've been on webinars, right, for 3 hours before, a webinar teaching me something, right? It's not all about teaching. A lot of the time they're trying to actually sell the products for a long proportion of the time there, but I've sat through webinars that are 3 hours long because I'm interested in the content, because I know they know more than me about the subject matter, and because I care about it and want to improve my life. And, I said, I did that on purpose, that video, and I wanted it to be long, because if a young guy can't even sit through that, right? If he goes half an hour in, I can't even sit and watch this, and he doesn't pay attention to what I said, which is very good. I mean, most people won't know that much in depth about relationships until they get into it. Then he's got no chance. Because how can he spend days or hours or weeks with someone who's older if he can't even listen to her for 2 hours? Do you know what I mean? Because he's not got any tension, because he's just like, he doesn't understand that I'm trying to give proper training and proper guidance and help to get and to understand how it's possible to be with an older woman. If a guy who's watching that really likes an older woman, it's free, in-depth information. I binge watch stuff on gender to learn more about myself and others and to feel less dysphoric. I could watch TV or other things, but instead I watch more of something that'll benefit my life. That's good, my life. I think that's probably why you're very intelligent. I mean, you're obviously a very intelligent person. Because I watch a lot of stuff on dating and relationships all the time, probably daily, nearly, because I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to better myself in terms of dating and relationship skills. I'm not perfect. I've got stuff to learn. I'll always be learning. I've always be improving, and you can learn different things from different people, I mean, obviously there's certain ones that I've narrowed it down to that are the best people, because I know there's, like some people that go, that's like, I watched a show tonight and the advice they gave, I wouldn't agree with, because there was this person who said that the person they were dating had their ex had a picture of the guy they were dating on their profile still as a couple, and they were saying, well, if you're just dating them, you're not exclusive, then it's not a red flag. And I was thinking, well, it's still a red flag whether you're exclusive or not, because they're still hankering after their ex and likely still in a relationship with them. Their ex has still got their picture with them. Do you know what I mean? So that is a red flag, a huge red flag. But because they think sexually, that's probably why they don't think that's a red flag, but it is a red flag. If you've got a person you're dating still got a picture of their ex, they might be dating other people. That's true, because they're dating and they're not exclusive with you, which is a thing I hate, really. But you know what I'm saying? It happens. They can date whoever they want, but if they're still seeing their ex still in their ex's profile picture, if they're in their ex's profile picture, they've probably not split up with them, because why would the ex want to keep their picture up? But some people are strange like that. One of my exes, the ex I dated this year, he was like that. He had his old girlfriends on there. Very weird. While he was with me, but I didn't know that because he got 2 accounts, and I didn't find out that about till I finished being with him. So I don't know. I'm like, well, were you seeing her when you were with me? Why have you still got a picture up? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, but to me it's a red flag. They should, if they're dating new people, that's a bit different. But if they got someone of their ex on there, it's like you're still hankering after them. So it's a huge red flag. I watched dating advice videos and I was like, are they serious? Really? I've only seen like 2 or 3 channels that I agree with. Yeah, there is a lot of channels out there that talk rubbish. There's a lot of channels out there, dating channels, that they're so superficial. They're concerned with like texts and stuff like this, and a lot of it's just, when someone guy texts you this, say that. A lot of the time, right? I can't, I don't mess around nowadays. There's one guy who's a brilliant dating coach, and if I had the money, he's a lot of money. I mean, he is a real lot of money to pay for his coaching. We're talking thousands of pounds. But if I had the money, I would get him, because he is amazing. He knows exactly what he's talking about. He's always talking about soulmates, how to meet your soulmate. And he gives very, very good advice. And he doesn't, excuse my language, bullshit, because there's so many coaches out there that bullshit, which is what I try to not do on this channel. I try to not tell you just what you want to hear all the time, because it's not beneficial to you, is it? You know what I'm saying? And he will like cut to the chase and be like, if this guy's been like this with you, cut him, go, why waste your time? And that's the type of coach you want. Someone will tell it to you like it is straight, because half the time with a lot of these dating coaches, you think you're going insane, because it's like they're telling you stuff that's just rubbish to keep you hooked on their channel, when it's not really good sound advice. It's like they don't give you the proper deep advice. This other dating coach that I watched, like I said, he's really good quality. I was watching his live stream the other day, and he answers one of my questions live, and I think that's so nice. You see, when I go on other channels and they have a live stream, that you're lucky if you get answered by the person who's presenting the live stream for the hour or whatever they're doing, half an hour. A lot of them don't. I mean, the dating coach that I do, that I watch, he's half an hour or more. But a lot of them, they don't even, you can't get this one-to-one that I give you all the time. You have to pay for it, all the time. There's so many sexuals fine love books. It's like We're All Ours and Real Love isn't about sexual things. But I'm changing that, aren't I, my life? I am changing that. There's changes here, because obviously there's this one, which is my Asexual Perspectives book. That's the first one out. Asexual Guide to Sex, I tell you, is absolutely amazing. The book I'm working on at the moment, I cannot tell you how excited I am. I know the title's a bit like, whoa, it's talking about sex. Power to the aces at last. But yeah, it is like a book that you will have never ever seen in your life about sex. And it comes from an educational point of view, an information point of view. And you can really tell, really understand how different asexuals are to the rest of the sexual world just by the stories. It's, if people read the book, even if they don't want sex themselves, if they're asexual, they should read the book, because they will really, really relate, and they'll think, thank God this book is out, because it will be out. I'll make sure it's out, because they will. I mean, I was, you know, I interviewed this guy for over 5 hours at the weekend, and I just feel a bit emotional now, because I know this book's going to change lives. I know this book could change the whole history of sexuality. I really believe that. I believe this book so strongly. And I just think, I know it's very weird because it's called Asexual Guide to Sex, but I mean, to be written by asexuals and to be, you know, it's just the power of it. I can't, it's hard, because obviously you don't know about the book. The title may be scary, like, why would an asexual person want to talk about sex? What the heck is she doing? Why is she talking about sex when she's asexual? We hear enough about sex. But, you know, it's just like, it's the most profound book you'll ever read in your life about a subject, seriously, because, you know, the guy I was interviewing at the weekend, right, he only found out he was asexual less than 6 months ago, right? This is Adam from Israel. That's his name in the book, right? And, you know, he only found out he's asexual less than 6 months ago, and he isn't even out to his family yet. There's about 4 people who know he's asexual, right? And he just saw my book, request to be in this asexual. It was originally called Asexual Sex Stories. Now it's called Asexual Guide to Sex, and the subtitles Asexual Sex Stories. And he said he saw it on asexuality.org, and he just knew that he had to be part of the book, because he knew he wanted to help people's lives, you know. And even though he's not out, he just finds it's something he has to do. It's like a mission in his life, and he's so passionate about the book, just like I am. And I cannot tell you how that made me feel. His words were like echoing exactly how I felt about the book. He's like, this is not just going to be a book that can change asexuals' lives. This is a book that could change someone's life who isn't asexual, but who has never had sex before and doesn't know what the heck they're doing, and has not been taught about it or educated. I think personally this book I'm doing should be in schools or colleges at least. I think people should have it, because I think it's a book that everyone should have, so that you can get a whole picture of sex, a whole thing, you know, informative, educational, not the fantasy of, you know, sorry, my life. Beauty and the Beast shows real love. Oh yeah, that's great. I love Beauty and the Beast. Agreed. Oh, bless you. And I just hope that more asexuals read this book. I know they'll be put off. Some asexuals will be put off by the title. I do know that. But I just have to tell you, if you read the book, even if you don't want sex, you would just relate to the minds of the asexuals in it so much. Like Adam's story, I related to a lot of it myself, even though I'm not him, you know, I'm clearly female. And he, you know, he's had this one relationship in the book, and, you know, but I really related to his story so much. I kept seeing it, thinking, that's me. I felt like that. I remember being like that. That's how I felt, you know. And I think just the attitudes in general. There needs to be an asexual love movie. I plan to make one. Oh, bless you. Yeah, well, I could say something about that, but there's a guy, I don't know if I should. Well, there's a guy who came on to my asexualized page, right? And he started to say to me that can I help him with a play he wants to write about asexuals right now. Bear in mind, I'm a writer myself. I've got to do my own books. I've got my own life. And, you know, I can only give so much for free, right? I do blogging for free, although I haven't been able to do much of that lately, because obviously I'm really busy with the books at the moment. You know, I'm on this channel consistently every day. Usually there was one day I missed the other day, which was when I was interviewing an asexual for over 5 hours on Skype, so I couldn't actually do it, but I was like doing something about asexuals. And, you know, and you know, it's what do you say? And he's, oh yeah, and I was talking about the asexual love movie that we were talking about, and this guy came to me and said he was going to do a play about asexuality, right? Right. I found this person on another channel being very bad about asexuality. Yet no one knows this because they didn't see his comment. So this guy isn't asexual, and he was really horrible about asexuality on another YouTube channel. I found one of his comments, right? And so people are now not going to know what this person's really like. They're going to think, great, he's for asexuals. He's writing a play. The only reason he's writing a play, as far as I can see, is to get money, right? Like, I don't do this channel for money. I do my books. Yeah, will be getting some money for my books, but I'd write the books whether I got paid for it or not, right? I do need to eat. I do need to keep a roof over my head. And if I don't make money on asexual stuff, which I'm not making any profit on it at the moment, but if I don't ever make money, then I cannot sustain doing stuff for asexuals as much as I do, because, you know, I need do other things to pay for it. So I'm not going to lie to you and say I don't need money, because I do. You know, money pays for food, it pays for my websites, which host stuff to do with asexuality, host my blog, you know, and you know, even to be online doing these videos, I still need to pay for my internet every month. Do you know what I mean? I've still got I had to buy the Mac in the first place. Everything costs money. Running asexual groups on Facebook, people might think, well, that's free. It may be free for the people in the groups, but I've still got to pay my internet bill to have unlimited access to internet, which is more expensive than just X amount of internet connection every month, because I've got to be online all the time on Facebook, maintaining my groups and everything else I do. So people don't see the bigger picture. And so far as I can see, this guy's just come in, thought, I'll write a play about asexuality because it seems to be the hot topic. I'll come in. And then I found him on another channel, but other people don't know this, about him saying some horrible thing. I can't remember what he said about asexuality, but it's horrible. It was like really against asexuals, really against asexuality, like about not having sex. And I was thinking, you so-and-so, you're writing a play and you've got all these asexual conned that you're writing the play because you think it's for them and they should really love it, you know, when really you don't even like asexuality. You don't even agree with it. And, you know, there's people out there like that. It's horrible. Romeo and Juliet, but asexual. Oh, the love story you're talking about. Romeo could be trans male and Juliet could be bi. Oh, that's so sweet. I had a similar experience with someone actually, and I blocked him ASAP. Yeah, this guy isn't even showing his picture. He's got a name. I think his first name's Charles, actually, but that's all I'll say because I don't think it's fair to go around saying stuff online. You know, he might change his name. I don't know if that's his real name. It's only got a symbol there, you know, a picture. It hasn't got him, a picture of him. So I don't want to go into it because I don't think it's fair. But at the end of the day, I think it's really sad because I did see him somewhere else for asexuals, and I think he's got page as well, and people are just think he's so great, but he's not. He's just trying to do it to make money. He doesn't even agree with it. I saw his comment on the other channel, and it was really nasty. It's something about, oh, why would someone not want to have sex? You know, why would anyone in their right mind not want that? Or some flippant comment like that, you know, and I think it was to do with I think it was actually mentioned about asexuality, but I know, you know, it was just horrible. And I was thinking, you know, they don't even realise, and you know, I'm not here for that. I'm here for a long time. I mean, I've been doing this channel since 2015, you know. Yeah, because sex is necessary, exactly. But if he's writing a play for asexual, because he wanted my help, he wanted me to help him write it. I'm like, I'm not doing that. You pay me if you want my help and you want me to be, you know, consultation on it. I'm not doing that for free. I've got other stuff that I'm doing, you know. And of course, when you say about paying, a lot of them won't do that. But I'm not gonna sit there for hours. I mean, I've got this channel to do. I've got my own books to do. I need to, like, you know, do stuff for myself, you know. And I didn't even know the person either, you know. I'm not going to sit there and write the book for him, or the play, which is what he wanted, and I'm not going to do it. He'd probably turn it into another Doctor House episode. You see, I don't know what the heck he would do with it, you know. And that's another thing. I don't want to be putting my name to things that I don't know about. You know, I get people coming in like Facebook. Oh, will you recommend me this? It's like, no, you haven't done work for me. I don't know the quality of your work. I'm not going to recommend you, even if you are my friend on Facebook. If I don't know what you've done and I don't know anything about you, why should I recommend you? I'm not going to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, people who who, like, there is on my asexualist.com site, there's people on Twitter that I'm connected to, people I follow on YouTube, and I do say about watching them because I know they're genuinely asexual. They do asexual stuff all the time, and I don't mind saying it, but I'm not going to do it when someone out of the blue messaging me. I have no evidence of their work. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I think it's really sad. But yeah, going back to the topic of this video, is like I do really love, like, the younger star relationship. I really want a younger guy, but I find even a lot of the younger guys are quite old. You know, the ones I come across, they're quite into old music and all sorts of stuff. He could have turned it and twisted it afterwards to make it look as if aces have something wrong and need fixing, and that we can be fixed when we can't and don't need to be fixed. Yes, my life, he could have done that. He could have very well done that. And he said something to me about how he got the play started off. And I thought, I don't think that's very good, but I didn't go into it with him. But then he goes, oh, it's all right, I've got someone else to help me now. I thought, yes, carry on, get someone else to help you. And he said, oh, I found this YouTuber and they can appear in it. I said, that's fine. I thought, well, why are you even approaching me if you're not interested in me being in it? You just want to literally use me for my for my writing skills. And then you want to get another YouTuber involved anyway. But they showed me the YouTuber. I'm like, great, they look great to me. Fine, go ahead, whatever. But like you say, exactly, could have turned it. I mean, yeah, I think he actually contacted me. Do you? Was his name Charles? Because I'm pretty sure his first name was Charles. So be very careful about that person. Because I did see on a YouTube video, I saw him saying a comment. It was really nasty. It was something about, I don't know where, but someone had the same proposition. Yeah, I mean, I know he's got a Facebook page, this person has. Probably because I don't think I've blocked him. I don't think he's blocked. I'm not friends with him, but I don't think I actually blocked him because I think I wanted to see what he's up to. I dug in and decided to back out and blocked him. Well done, you. Sounds like you've had that person as well. But, it's not good. Because like you say, I mean, that person's not got the person's best interests at heart if they're going around on another YouTube channel saying basically they don't understand asexuals and why they don't want to have sex, and it was worse than that. It was the way he put it was just so nasty. I can't remember because obviously my mind doesn't tend to retain exactly the words because I just, well, that's so nasty, but everyone will think he's a peach. And that's what's the problem. Is like, I'm genuinely asexual. I'm very open and honest with everyone on this channel. I'm telling you like it is. I'm not hiding things from you. But some people, they just tell people what they want to hear all the time, and they're just not being honest. They're doing things slyly and stuff like that, and they're not even got asexual's interest art. I mean, I sometimes get my designs copied on my t-shirts. At the moment, I haven't designed any new t-shirts. There's no point because my books are more important, at the moment. If someone wants an asexual t-shirt, I'll design it, but I spend like an hour of time on my designs and people just keep copying them and I keep having to report them. And it's like, it's like, haven't you got anything better to do with your time than copy my own work, which is genuinely made from scratch? I make it up myself, I put it all together myself. I'm not saying every component, there's like some of the components already exist, the pieces. Like if there's a playing card I'm that I find, I don't make the whole playing card, I get a symbol of a playing card. But do you know what I mean? It's like they're ones that you can use in Creative Commons license, but the ones that don't need allocation, but the actual design of everything put together is my own. And they just, like, companies copy it and all sorts. So it's like you don't even give a stuff about asexuality. All you're doing is copying it to make a profit. Sly foxes, when they try to mess with me, they realise it's unwise to fool with the witty wolf. Well, I had someone come in in my asexual business group, and I'm like, everyone, what you working on today? And this person turned around and said, I'm working on asexual t-shirts. And they basically copied mine, and they're in my own group. So I just turfed them out straight away. I'm like, I'm not having that. One, you shouldn't be copying my work anyway. If you're a genuine designer, you can design your own stuff. And two, there's no way I'm having them in my group. They're just going to copy my work, I don't copy other people's work. Why do I need to copy when I've got my own creativity? I've got my own ideas. I understand asexuals well, because the trouble is, a lot. Yeah, someone tried to steal my design. It's not the first time. Companies try to steal my design. People do it. One company's put two of my t-shirt designs on mugs, and I've already got them on mugs on Redbubble, and they've actually copied them exactly and put them on mugs. Two of my designs. I don't know who they are. They look like they're an actual company rather than a person. And it's like, it's like I've reported them to Amazon. Amazon haven't done anything about it. And the reason I know exactly copied is because in one of the letters, I cleverly put this little gap, which is a very, very, like, on the T, I think it is, a very fine line, like down. It's very done delicately. And they've even got that in there. That's how I know they've copied it, like, exactly, letter for letter, picture for picture and everything, And it's like, so unless I get an absolute raid on people buying my t-shirts, there's no point. I might as well stick to the ones I've got for now. Because my books seem to be helping people more than my t-shirts, so it's better for me to plow my energies into creating more books that's going to help change people's lives rather than just create merchandise. As much as I love to create the merchandise, it's better for me if I spend more time on the books. I don't post art of my personals for that reason. I don't want them to be stolen. I don't even post about my different species creations. I'm waiting until I get big enough on YouTube to release it and make films. Oh, it's really weird though. I mean, if you don't put your work out there, no one knows about it, right? But it's like I'm the first person ever to create asexual emojis ever in the world, and I've got them on my designs. But I don't know how long that'll be before someone decides, oh, you know what I mean? 5 asexual emojis I created, 5 of them, and it took me about an hour to do each one, and so, it's just like my idea, I came up with it, do you know what I mean? But you want to see, if you go down below on Redbubble, you click through redbubble.com/asexualize. So it's redbubble.com/people/asexualize/shop. The link's down below in the description, so you can just click through my Redbubble shop. And I do like loads. It's on over 25 pieces of merchandise. You can buy shower curtains from me, mugs from me, skirts, dresses, t-shirts, hoodies, leggings. The leggings are really nice. Laptop cases, phone cases, clocks. You can buy all that stuff for asexuals on my Redbubble shop down below. Some of it's on Amazon, the clothing, when I get my face paycheck. Oh, bless you. It's really nice stuff. I mean, I spent hours designing it. It's unique, you can't just go and buy it unless someone decides to copy it. You can't just go and buy it somewhere else. I've created it all myself. I mean, part of it's flattering that people copy my stuff, because it's like, they think it's so good, obviously, that they're copying it because they think it's so great, which means the designs are awesome. But it's like, it's not nice, because it's like, I spent hours over that, right? And you've just come along and copied it, basically. Do you know what I mean? I don't do that to other people. I could understand if I went and go around doing it to all the other people, but I don't do that. Why do I need to? But the reason why these people need to is because they don't have an imagination. They're not really into asexuality. They don't even know what to write on the t-shirts. They don't know what to say or how to put it, because they don't have the mindset, because they're not living and breathing asexuality like I am every single day. Yeah, it's unfair for people to do that. Yes, it is, sadly. But all I have to do is just focus, like, you come to the stage where you report it and it's like, I don't want to waste my energy on it anymore. A lot of the time I'm just like, Sandra, just let it go. If they want to copy you, they won't have, they're not you, right? And they, that's why there's lawyers. I know. But it's like, you know what I mean? I don't have the money to fork out for lawyers. I have got insurance, but it's I'd fight. Oh, bless you. You can't fight all those people, though. Do you know what I mean? There's tons of them. And it's Amazon that shouldn't be allowing it anyway. You're supposed to, like, on Amazon, you're supposed to contact Amazon and they should remove it. They're meant to remove something, because as soon as I publish it myself, it's my copyright. And so, or I could prove it's my copyright even before then with the dates on the designs that I do. But you should report to Amazon. They should just take it off, but they don't. Bless you. But it's like with my Asexual Perspectives book, that's supposed to be on, like, sites that is really, like, just they're supposed to be giving it away for free on certain sites. I've not given, there's hardly any copies I've ever released of my book. So it's not available as a freebie, my Asexual Perspectives book, apart from when it first came out, to the people who were in the book in the first place. I'd set a curse on them. I just leave them be. I think, fine, if that's all they've got to do with their life is just copy other people, then it's quite sad. And at the end of the day, they can never copy me. Do you know what I mean? I'm uniquely on there. No one can give you the advice exactly how I give it to you. And, with my books, I've got my very own style of the way I do my books as well. Very own style. It's very unique. True karma would catch up to them. Exactly, I think the more popular you get, the more people copy you, to be honest. But I think it's sad because what makes me sad is these people, a lot of them don't give a toss about asexuality. And other people are asexual. They're just copying me because they can't be bothered. I mean, this person that was in my group, this business group, they didn't just copy me. They copied other people's designs as well. I was thinking, so you've just sat there for like half an hour or whatever, copied my t-shirts and someone else's t-shirts designs, and that's you designing a t-shirt, is it? Really? Because to me, there's no integrity in that. There's no, like, how can someone have a sleep at night doing that? Just sitting there for half an hour copying my designs and other people's. I would just be like, but then not everyone's like me. People don't believe they're just like, oh, I'll take the easy way. Difference between copy and inspired. Exactly, but this person copied everything in mine apart from they changed the wording. They copied that because the way I did the design, I did the asexual flag differently, so it's a completely different way than it usually is. They copied everything like that, and where my writing is, and they just changed the wording. But obviously I can change the wording at any time because that's my design and it's got different wording on the front of it. But yeah, and they copied someone else's as well because I saw someone else had already done that design. So, but yeah, so anyway, yes, but yeah, so I think we'll end this video soon. But yeah, I just wanted to get back to like more of the asexual dating stuff. Really, I just think, like, I really love the asexual dating scene and everything like that, and I just wished that there was more asexuals that if they are serious about a relationship, they would know that they've got to actually pursue a person, which means being persistent, consistent, and showing ace as ace love. I have got a t-shirt that says ace love is true love. That's one of my designs on Redbubble. Ace love is true love with little hearts going across it. It's really sweet. I love it personally. There's a lot of my own designs I like. I've got two of my own designs. One in a t-shirt and I've got one in a hoodie. So yeah, but have you got any questions for me, my life, before I go? Because I think I'm going to wrap up the video now because I've been on here for over an hour and people have been watching me. Bless you all for watching me. I hope you give me a thumbs up. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it, because I know some people have been watching the whole time. So, and my life's been here the whole time. But yeah, I just hope that asexuals, if they're watching this, to wrap up, is that, I do think that we prefer the more innocent parts of a relationship, like the, the kissing, the cuddling, all that type of thing. And we don't, even the ones asexuals that do have sex, I just don't think they're that bothered about it. From my Asexual Guide to Sex book, I don't think many people are that bothered about it. I think that's a difference when there are some asexuals that do have sex, but they're not bothered one way or the other if they have it or not, And I just think that asexuals, if they really want a relationship, they need to be more like sexuals, not in the sex sense, but more like them in the sense of pursuing a person, like being, going after the person, as in like pursuing them, as in making contact with them, keeping in regular contact with them, asking them about their life, their world, what's happening, and starting to get a conversation. Because once you know that they're doing a certain course, or that they're doing a certain career, you can start saying, oh, so how's that going? How's it, how are you getting on? How was it today? And you can start like a proper conversation, having a real relationship, like you said my life earlier about bonding. Because if you're just one word answers and questions, that's not That's not a relationship. That's just like you see someone in a petrol station going, hey, all right, mate, nice to see you out putting petrol in your car. I see, good day, nice weather. It's all that. It's casual talk. It's not. Exactly. Love is about bonding. Exactly. And in the asexual community, I think people want to be bonded to someone, but they don't have that inkling or initiative to take to actually do it, and they don't maybe even have the skills to do it, and but they don't think that way. It's like this guy I said that, you know, he's on ASAP, you know. It's like he's saying not anyone's interested in him, but I don't think it's the case. I think it's just he doesn't show a genuine interest in a particular person. It's like, as well, it's all very well going around messaging lots of people, but when are you actually going to say, this is a person that I like more than just a friend, I want to pursue them, rather than just messaging loads of people and getting just what like answers back, like short answers. Yes, my life's okay, how's yours going, mine's fine. That's like small talk. That's not getting into the nitty gritty of what do you like, what hobbies, what interests have you got, what passions have you got, what makes you feel alive, like, you know, like you know, and asking about them in general, how they are, how their life's going, what they're up to, you know, and sharing each other's lives and what you're doing day to day and what you're doing, you know, like, and really, like you say, bonding, emotional bonding. Exactly, you know. And I can't be with a guy in a relationship I'm not emotionally bonded to, or who's not emotionally bonded to me, and who's not in my life daily. I mean, some of my best friends, right, they're in my life several times a week, messages, not every day, but I mean, one of my friends, they are most days, to be honest, you know, but they're in my life every single week. And if an asexual guy who says he's interested in a relationship with me talks to me once a week or once every few days or stops talking to me, then it's not true, is it? Do you know what I mean? In order to get a good relationship, you know, even the more innocent part of the relationship, if you are asexual and you want the more innocent part of the relationship, like the kissing and cuddling, there's got to be that bond there, like that teenager style bond, like that young bond you get, you know, when you become these bestest ever friends and these soulmates, and you connect to each other and you really feel each other, and you want to share your life and world, so that the days that are good, the days that are not so good, you know, you help each other out. Hannah Montana, I love Hannah Montana. Yeah. Miley Cyrus, yeah, the good old days, as in the good young days. Do you know what I mean? You know, that type of thing, you know, like the teenager style relationships, I think, are really actually really good, because, you know, like the kind of things you do get in movies, you know, because it's like you hang out together, you bond together, you watch movies together, you talk about your projects together, you talk about your courses together, you talk about what you get up to together, you share movies, you share interests, you share dates, you go out and share your life with them. And that's what asexual dating and relationships I see as being like. But the problem is, there's a lot of the people in the asexual community, they say, I haven't got the skills, or I don't know what I'm doing, but you have to learn them. You have to go and practice them. You know, no one gets good at being in a relationship if they're never in one. No one gets good at dating if they never actually date. No one gets good at pursuing a relationship if they don't pursue a relationship. No one gets good at any relationship skills if they don't make an effort to get a relationship. Do you see what I'm saying? Family parties instead of wild drinking parties. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just, you know, like, people, I don't know what asexuals expect when they say I'm no good at dating and relationships. It's like, if you want a relationship, you have to get good at it. You can't sit there all your life saying I'm no good at it and not do anything about it. Sure, you can keep saying you're not good at it, but it's like, what are you doing about it? Do you know what I mean? If you're saying you're not good at relationships, it means you are not good at, as in you have to change yourself and better yourself. Exactly, look within yourself. But so many people are not doing that. But they're looking within themselves, but in the wrong way. They're not looking. Excuse me, I need water. They're not looking at within themselves to change themselves. They're looking within themselves to be too wrapped up in themselves. So part of like dating and getting a relationship is asking the other person about themselves. So if someone asks you about yourself, right, don't just sit there and go answer all their questions and they say nothing to them. You should be, you know, you should be coming on message and saying, oh, how did that, like, if they're doing a course, how did that lecture go today? Or how did that lesson go today? Or you were doing this course, how did that course go? Or you went out to watch a movie. How was the movie, you know? And you should be engaging in conversation like this with the other person. And I find asexuals are not looking within themselves to think they're the problem and they have to change, which they should be doing. They should be looking within saying, okay, I don't have the relationship skills, I don't have the knowledge, so they should be watching this channel, in my opinion, but also other channels. Obviously, this is an asexual channel, so it's more geared towards them. But, you know, there's lots of dating coaches out there. Some of them aren't very good, but some of them have got some sound advice, and you can still learn some skills from them, right? You should be watching, like, dating advice and guidance, reading books on it. Obviously, like I said, it's geared more towards sexuals, which is why I'm glad I'm bringing more and more books out for asexuals, so asexuals can learn more. I mean, one of the books I plan to do in the future will be about dating, you know, and get a relationship. So that's going to be interesting. I don't know if that'll be combined with the love book. Probably some of that will cross over with the love book, or it'll be all intertwined with the love book. Possibly, you know, I might do just one book, or I might do two. So, you know, but asexuals need to look within themselves and say, all right, like, if people are not going to be in a relationship with me, or I'm not getting anywhere, I need to change myself, you know. And then so they've got the situation which they're not looking at within themselves as they need to change, which they do, from a terms of they need to improve their relationship dating skills, but they're looking too much internally when it comes to feeling like no one wants them. Because a lot of the guys that I find that say no one wants them, they have got someone that wants them. They've got someone that's interested, and they're right in front of their face, but they're not interested in them, or they're not showing them any interest. And so on one hand, they're not looking within themselves and being introspective and reflective that they need to change themselves to get the relationship they really want and the happiness they want. But the other way, they're looking too much within themselves because they're not asking questions to the other person and find out about the other person's life and them. And people love talking about themselves, but they also like being asked about themselves. So you've got to do both all the time. I feel there's a lot of divorces among sexuals because they think that they'll always have fun and party and have sex all the time, and realise that's not the case. But aces are more mature with love. Aces do old style type love. I do agree with that. In terms of love, I do agree with that, because the thing is with sexuals is because of the sexual attraction and the initial passion and everything like that, you know, it hides a multitude of sins, if you know what I mean. So it hides all the stuff that makes people incompatible. I mean, I think that's why, again, a lot of asexuals are single, because a lot of us, although we're all asexual, are incompatible, right? And I think we can get to the crux of that matter very, very quickly. Like, since I've found out I'm asexual, since I've like been on the asexual dating scene, I'm able to have a Skype session with an asexual, 4 or 5 hour Skype session. I can know he's not right for me to be in a relationship with, because we haven't got sex that's on our mind or taking up space or that attraction. We will look for things that are hobbies and interests we have in common. We'll look for deal breakers, like, do they want marriage? Do they want kids? I don't want marriage. I don't want kids. Do you want to live together? All that type of thing. And if you're a person who's asexual and really, you know, just being logical, which I think asexuals are more logical because we haven't got the sexual attraction, then you can find out, like, more quicker, if someone's suitable for you or not. Yeah, science showed sex ruins love. So, right, yeah. Well, when I was in biology at secondary school, right, when I was in biology class, they basically said that when someone falls out of love, it's just their chemicals that have changed. This is a romantic, non-romantic version of it. My science teacher said, oh, well, when two people fall out of love, it's because their chemicals have changed for each other, because love is just a collection of chemicals. And I'm not saying they're wrong, because love is a chemical thing. But yeah, it just kind of zaps all the romance out of it, doesn't it, a bit? So I just think asexuals have got the fact that they look too much in themselves, as in they don't look at the other person they're attracted to and take an active interest in them, but they don't look within themselves when they need to change to better themselves for a relationship. So yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to conclude tonight's live stream. I know there's been about 3 people watching the whole time. Aces are here to try to fix society. Oh, bless you. I'm here with you guys to help help develop society into a more educated one, that not everyone wants sex. And I think that is what's most important, is that we can't change the whole of society, but we can have an impact on society in a good way that shows the people growing up that they don't have to have sex if they don't want to. They don't need to have it in a relationship. They don't have to have it if they love a person without sex. That's absolutely fine. If they want a relationship without sex, that's absolutely fine. And I think people who are sexual, who love sex, and they're with another person who loves sex, it's consensual, I think it's absolutely fine. But I think that the problem is everyone's been conditioned since birth to believe that being sexual is the only way forward with a relationship, and that if you don't have sex, it means you're unhappy in a relationship. You know what I mean? My teachers were impressed with my knowledge on love, and the kids in the room look at me as if I'm crazy. You're really intelligent, my life. You're very intelligent. You're very mature for your age. Very, very advanced. I think you've been here before, to be honest. I've been here before. On planet Earth, I think you've been here before, like me, because you're an old, you've got that knowledge about you that's far advanced for your years. Far advanced for your years. And I think, when you meet other people that are far advanced for their years, you really click with them. Because I noticed me and you've got quite a lot in common, even though birth certificate age-wise we're far apart. But I am very, very young, like you've probably guessed by now. Like, my mindset's 21, so like 17 to 21's not that much different. Do you know what I mean? But you are very advanced for your years, so basically we've got similar age in some ways. So yeah, I think it's really good. You are very, very knowledgeable. You're very good. Maybe we were siblings in ancient days. Yeah, you never know. I'm sure that probably we've met somewhere before, because we are very similar on some things, aren't we? I've noticed that. And I do believe, like, a lot of people, when you get, you can relate to them really well. I kind of think you've met them before, maybe in a previous life or something. But I mean, it's a shame, because the guy that I met recently on ASAP a little while ago, the one that we're definitely not suitable to be together. The one I got a bit upset about that time. I really related to them. I got on really well with them. I got emotionally attached to them when I really shouldn't have done, because I hadn't known them that long. But yeah, I did really relate to them. And if they'd have been older, and they'd have been like, they were younger than I would usually go for, but if they'd have been like 25 and they'd gone through all the college and university, and they were like much old, they were older, and they were settled in their own job and place, it might have been different. Do you know what I mean? But that's like not the reality of the situation. So, and I do think sometimes in life, some people can go out of your life and can come back in it again, and other people, they're just in your life for a very, very short period. They go out and you never see them again. But maybe you've touched that person's heart, you've touched that person's mind in some way, and then that's it, they've gone. Do you know what I mean? And it wasn't meant to be anything more than just that. But I believe everything happens for a reason, and I believe everything happens for a reason. So anyway, I'm going to conclude tonight's video, unless you want to talk about anything else, because I could stay on here for ages. And we all need to go, I think, and have some rest. So I want to say a big love to you all. Thank you, my life, so much for your participation. You're absolute superstar on this channel. I love you to bits. Thank you for whoever else has been watching all the way through. Yeah, dinner time. Well, it's like nearly 1 a.m. in the morning here, and I'm feeling like I need to eat something again, because I'm getting really hungry. I wake up at night though, usually, and then I need to eat. So normally I'm not so hungry in the day, but I'm hungry later on. But yeah, so thank you everyone who's been watching. I know I've had like 3 people consistently watching throughout the whole of this show, pretty much. So thank you to the other couple of people who I don't know who you are. And there's been some other people come in and out, which 2 of them I blocked because they were being rude and you couldn't see the messages, because luckily my YouTube settings catch some messages. So if someone's being rude, YouTube will just stop them for me, which is nice, and I can just get rid of them, because I don't, there's no need to be rude to me or anyone else on this channel. All they have to do is move to another channel. This channel they don't like is not for them. Move on. Do you know what I mean? Don't be rude and horrible. That's what I say to that. So yeah, thank you for everyone who's tuned in. Thank you for staying with me. Love you lots. I hope your day goes well, my friend. Stay positive and spread light and love. Oh, thank you so much. You're really amazing. Thank you, my life. Thank you, everyone. Love you. Don't forget to hit that great big thumbs up if you haven't already, because it really helps this channel out. And don't forget to subscribe down below if you haven't already, and hit that great big bell icon to get notified of every time I go live like now or post a new video. Until next time, embrace your quirky and each other, and I'll see you on the next video or live stream. I love you all loads. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your support. Night, morning, hello, goodbye, wherever you are. Take care. Bye. Lots of love.